Hey, what's going on YouTube? I thought I'd give a little tour of my service truck here. So, yeah, I don't know if any of you guys know, but I worked for a John Deere dealership for the last 12-13 years as a field mechanic, and then a couple years ago started getting into tree removal and stuff, and decided that I should probably do that full-time here in May. So quit there and started doing trees, and it was busy for a bit, and then it slowed down, and then it was busy, and then it slowed down, and figured, well, I should probably have something to do for the winter. So I got quite a few customers out in my area that yeah, that I was able to not necessarily poach from my old outfit, but they're giving me a fair bit of work. So picked up the service truck. It's an old utility truck, so it's not set up the best for mechanics. Yeah, my original idea with this truck was put tree equipment on one side and mechanic stuff on the other side, and then I'm all set up. But it didn't end up working like that. It's yeah, I don't know. It turned into just being a mechanic's truck, and then when I do tree work, I take my pickup with the dump trailer and whatever else. I thought I'd do a little tour of my truck here, and then I want to clean out the back and take out some shelving and shit, but I'll show you guys that too. So anyways, it's 2012 Ram 5500 with a 6.7 in it. It's got 312,000 kilometers on it. So anyways, it was never deleted. Still had everything, so I bought it off kind of a shady dealer. I think they buy these things at auction, they clean them up and paint the aluminum white for some unknown reason, and then put grip tape where grip tape doesn't belong. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I picked this thing up and didn't make it 20 minutes out of there, and it was already throwing codes for exhaust filter and turbo issues and a bunch of other shit. So I ended up deleting it right away. I got an MM3 tuner with CCS tuning. Had one of them before. I had a 3500. Never had issues. I bought this thing and nothing but issues trying to get it to take a tune. You'd load a tune into it and the thing wouldn't run. It would die. It's throwing all kinds of codes, and it took 2 months to get figured out. I finally had it to the point where I could run it, but it wasn't right. It was burning fuel and whatever. Anyways, it's right now. Them guys stuck by me pretty good, and they got it figured out for me, so can't complain there. I went out and threw one of these Chinese head units in here just so I could use CarPlay and maps and all that stuff, which is kind of handy, but it's got 5-inch straight pipe on it, so it's so loud you can't hear the fucking thing anyways. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It's a work truck, and that's what I use it for, and that's it. So that's that. I was thinking I could run the kids to hockey and shit back and forth with it, but I ended up having this cabinet in here, which I was gonna rip out and see if I could find a back seat for it, but I ended up liking this thing. So it's got yeah, I got all my Milwaukee shit in there with battery chargers, whatever else, a multimeter and whatever. So it's got some hangers, and yeah, I just got random shit in here. New caps and plugs, and some yard signs from doing tree work or ripping down houses or whatever. So yeah, that's that. I deleted it. I didn't pull the def tank out of it yet. I'm gonna do that, but haven't had a chance. So like I said, it was set up as a utility truck, which isn't the greatest. It's kind of, yeah, just random. Like I get shelves up there, so I got torque wrenches and 3/4 inch drive set and battery tester, some hole saws, whatever. I don't have much in there. And then yeah, so it's got these drawer packs, which I didn't really pay attention when I bought it. I thought, oh, it's only got 3 little drawers. That's not great, but when you pull these things out, they just keep coming. So they're 41 inches deep and a couple feet wide. So ended up I fit all my stuff in 3 drawers. I mean, I accumulated a lot of shit over the last 13-14 years in a service truck, so I got rid of a lot of it that I hadn't used in a while. You kind of figure out what you need and what you don't. So, and being a field mechanic, if you don't have it, you figure something else out. So, got sockets and large wrenches in that one, screwdrivers, hammers, punches, air tools, pliers, miscellaneous crap. That one, and then this one, the lock's busted on, so I put that little vice grip clamp on there just to hold it, because otherwise it hits here and you can't get the fucking cabinet open. I've had that a couple times. It's a pain in the ass. So wrenches, ratchet wrenches, miscellaneous crap. So I don't have a shit ton of tools, but I got everything I need. I can work on any John Deere piece of equipment and have what I need. So just leave that on there. Yeah, I got a little job bag and paper towels. That's empty right now. Should probably change that out, but yeah. So next one is all electrical crap, some zip cuts and whatever else. More garbage. Yeah, shrink tube and fuses. Thousands of fuses that used to be in their own little kit, but that thing shit the bed. So yeah, paint pens, Loctites, copper coat, silver coat, PST. Then up here I got, hopefully you guys can see this, just random clips and C-clips and cotter pins, hairpins, you know, all that random shit. Butt connectors and crap. PEX crimper and crimps, which works really good for airlines, if you didn't know. Yeah, rubber gloves, earplugs, safety crap, whatever. Just anything and everything. So up here we got some grease and some little propane torch, which doesn't get used very often. A couple of grinders, some aerosol stuff, o-ring kits, brake clean, zip ties, and more zip ties, gloves, a whole bunch of gloves. So that's pretty much it for that. And then this thing didn't have a compressor or hose reel or anything, so I installed that. It's just a little tiny 3/8 deal. Yeah, I don't normally have much use for a 3/4. If I'm doing shit like that, chances are the guy brought it back to the shop, and then I just work in his shop or whatever. So that's usually how I go about it. It's yeah, the odd time you need that stuff, but figure out something else if that's the case. So toe strap and a bunch of junk and funnel, pry bars, battery grease gun, some wheel chocks, some extra paper towels. Which worked good, but it's such a pain in the ass every time. Never, for 10 years, I never locked my my other service trucks. Never had to, but lately, thieves and crackheads and everybody else are always in your shit, so you gotta lock everything up. Let's get the barn doors back here. First time I was using this thing, I dropped it down and the fucking straps broke, so I'm gonna just grab some chain here today and chain that back up. It'd be kind of nice, cause yeah. So, this is what I was talking about. Just got these shelves in here, which I thought I would like. I don't. They suck. You can't fit anything on them. What you do fit on them, you can't get at, because everything else is piled in front of it, and it's just a waste of space. So they're coming out today. Up in the very front corner there's kind of a cube where those drawers poke into, which when I went and looked at it, I honestly didn't even realize it had. So it's kind of nice. It's got a little tray on top. I throw my drain pans up on so they don't slide around and they're not laying on the ground with their shit falling into them. So that's kind of nice. And it's got this other little one here. I'm probably gonna take that out too. I got a couple buckets in it, but as you can see, I got fucking buckets everywhere. So yeah, that hanger I'll probably pull out. I don't know, probably gonna pull everything out of here and just have it open. My fire extinguisher's not there, it's in this other cabinet here, but yeah, I do have one. But anyways, yeah, so like I was saying, originally I was gonna have all my tree shit in the right side here and all my mechanic stuff in the left side, but I don't know, slowly the tree stuff has come out of here and I just take a pickup. It's just easier. Yeah, I don't know, that long box up top there, I can't get it right now just because the sliding bits are frozen shut, which I hate them fucking sliding deals, but what else do you do? Anyway, it's just got my pole saw in there. Haven't even used it since I had the truck, so, but yeah, so this side, yeah, my lock is fucked right now, so I have to cut that off to get into these two cabinets. They're basically empty. This one's got some gloves and shit in it, and this one's got parts, extra parts. So up here we got some wire with loom on it already, some fuel line and some heater hose and a few odds and ends and whatever else. Came with this whacker generator. It wouldn't start when I got it. Cleaned the car, got it all cleaned up, put some fresh fuel in it, had it running good, and it ran for until it got cold. Won't start again. You could have it sitting in here all day now and it just floods out. And I don't know, it's a fucking piece of shit, but I'm kind of sick of it. I don't know, that compressor up there is a whole story also, so I'll get into that in a second here, but it's I got nothing in this cabinet. I had my climbing saws up in this one. It's heated. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's plumbed in. Don't know where the switch for the fan is, but it's, yeah, it's got it. I never have anything in there really. So yeah, this side just same old thing. Some fuel filters and shit, another toe strap, air filter, and some triangles and whatever else. Like I said, it's always a mess. It's a work truck. Yeah, could use some cleaning, which I'm gonna do here today. So anyways, so this compressor, so it never came with a compressor. It was a utility truck. They didn't have no reason for a compressor or like everything. I was being cheap when I bought the thing and whatever, find the cheapest truck I could for what I needed. This didn't have everything I needed, but it had most of it. So what I ended up doing is going to we're up in Canada here. We got an Uncle Wiener's, it's called. So it's a guy that, well, he started out just bringing containers of crap over from China and liquidating it. So basically he's grown a little bit, and you can get anything you want, but it's all junk. So should have known better. I bought one of them, spent I think $2,500 on it. The thing never starts. You cannot start this thing. It doesn't unload the compressor. It's got just an unloader for the throttle. So basically it's spinning that compressor all the time. 3-piston compressor. So it doesn't matter if it's 30 above or not. You gotta take your wrench up there, crack the discharge line, and get it fired up. It floods almost instantly. Even if you get the fuel shut off when you're running down the road, it floods. So it's, I don't know, it's a waste of money basically. If it's anything under 0, it ain't starting. Of course we're in Canada, so that's Celsius, but yeah, it's just a waste of fucking money is all it is. I got an air tank out of it essentially, which I'm gonna do some modifications to, and maybe paint and whatever else, and I don't know, I'm gonna come up with something else for a compressor, because every time I need air, I don't have air. You can't start the thing. It literally, you can't, it's got the pull start, you can't even pull the thing. It's useless. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for a welder with an air pack compressor on it, but those things are few and far between, and they're expensive. So I seen a couple guys actually that built their own. They basically had a welder, like a little Bobcat welder, and then rigged up a truck air compressor on them with a couple pulleys and did it that way. So I might try and come up with something like that. There's some guys on a couple of the forums I've seen doing that. It looks like a pretty smart way to go about it. I don't need a whole bunch of air. I mostly use my battery powered stuff, and then air would be nice to blow some shit off basically. So, you know, clean up parts and whatever else and blow them dry. But I don't know, you don't need it until you need it, and then it's such a pain in the ass and you don't have it. So but anyways, I'm gonna get to cleaning here.
we're back. So I did a little time lapse there. Hopefully that turns out. But got that box out of there. That bunch of shelves out of there. I gotta come up with something to hang some chains and shit on, but for now that'll work. So glad to have that done because it was a disaster in there. I got 4 pails of 040 and then a bunch of empty pails to dump oil into and stuff. So, and then put my coolant and stuff up top there with the 2 drain pans. Backup grease gun there. So, anyways, got all that done. Gotta throw these. I got some chain for those yet. I'm gonna do that now, but try and get this thing all wrapped up and ready for go back to work tomorrow. So, yeah, that's that. On to the next job.